Name of the Father and Son and Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. Today we need to talk about the gift of blessing. The best paragraph in our Bible in the book of John, chapter 6, a miracle about was how many loaves? How many? Five. How many fish? Two. We listen to Samuel. He read it slowly for us. Put your voice up, ya Samuel. And after Samuel read it, I will explain what I need, and I will tell you a lot of story beautiful about the blessing of God for the people learn how they give. تفضل يا Samuel.
Then Jesus lifted up his eyes, and seeing a great multitude coming toward him, he said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread that these may eat?" But this he said to test him, for he knew himself what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 denarii worth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may have a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, "There is a lad here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But what are they among so many?" Then Jesus said, "Make the people sit down." Now there was much grass in the place, so the men sat down in number about 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to the disciples, and the disciples to those sitting down, and likewise of the fish as much as they wanted. So when they were filled, he said to his disciples, "Gather up the fragments that remain, so that nothing is lost." Therefore they gathered them up, and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which were left over by those who had eaten.
Okay, everyone close your Bible. I need to ask some question now. Close your phone. Okay. How many denarii they said we can buy food to these people? Put your hand up. If you answer without I tell you to answer, you lose. Yeah, Kareem, you watching who answer, who not? So in the end, okay, who just put, you want to say how many denarii they said?
200.
200 dinars, that's correct. All right, that's number one. How many basket? I didn't finish. All right, I changed the question. Okay, how many people Jesus he feed out of this miracle?
5,000.
5,000 only? Did he mention something after the 5,000? About 5,000, that's all right. Okay, good, because another Bible they said 5,000 plus the woman and the kids. Good, that's correct. Another question. 12 basket. But why exactly 12? Not 11? 1 minute. I didn't finish the question. All right, he lose his first point. Because you need to respect. Okay, why God he didn't say 13? Why he didn't say 11? Why he didn't send 10 and a half basket? Tell me.
Is there one for each disciple?
And how many disciples we have?
12.
That's correct. Very good. Okay. This one now, the question getting a little bit harder. Who took the 5 fish, the 5 loaves and 2 fish from Christ? Who took it from him? Yes. Andrew? Okay. Can we read the paragraph again?
Why not?
1 minute. Read the paragraph. Read it, yes.
And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to the disciples.
No. Who gave it to Jesus?
Who gave it to Jesus?
1 minute. 1 minute. Leave him. Give him a chance. I will took the mark from you before one. Yes. Yes, they not mentioned, but that's why. No, but when the disciple he told Jesus, there is someone here. He got 5 loaves and 2 fish. After this straight away, Jesus he done what? Bless it, and they give it to who?
God.
Give it to who?
His disciples.
His disciple. So what out of this? When you give anything in the church, you give it to who? Jesus. You understand?
Yes.
So this person or this young person, he got a 5 bread and 2 fish, and when he give it to Jesus. But when Jesus blessed this one, he gave who? Give who?
Disciples.
Disciples. Who's the disciple nowadays?
Us.
No.
No. The priest.
Before, above the priest?
Pope. Bishops.
Above the bishop?
Pope.
Okay, so what this mean? That mean you need to understand every dollar or every coin you put in the church or you put in Sunday school or you put in money box come to Jesus. And who look after this money? The Pope, the bishop, the priest, the servant, they take this money, they put the right way. Maybe we need to hire a church. Maybe we need to give to people. Maybe we need to buy candle. We do anything, but that's not your business. The time you put the money go to who? Jesus. That's your business. So when I put $1, God bless every dollar I put. You need to understand this. And you never say, when you give someone any present or anything, this person, he worth, I give him, or he not worth. He deserve, I give him this present, or he not deserve. Because every time you help someone, or you give someone something, you give it to God. You give it to Jesus, and Jesus will bless you. This person, he deserve or not deserve, we're not judging here. Very important. Number one, when you give, God will bless what you give. There's a nice story. One lady in America who is very cold weather, snow, and she was driving her Mercedes car, and she got a flat tire. Dark at night, the old lady, scared to open the door, and there no way she can change the tire. She found someone, dark skin, all his clothes dirty, and knocking her glass. She's scared. I told her, I'm coming to help you. Just sit in your car, just open the boot for me, I change the tire for you. The man, he changed the tire, the lady was scared. After he changed the tire, she said, how much you want? He said, when I am helping you, I wasn't expect you pay money, but I help you because before when I came here to America, I knew someone helping me. But what you want me to do? I'm grateful what you done with me. He told her, my name Johnny, and they help someone and tell him this help from Johnny. The lady very happy. Was cold weather. She drive her car. She went to restaurant. The lady she served her. She was pregnant and very tired. She said, "When you can expect a child?" She said, "Next week." She said, "You working until now?" She said, "I can't afford to stay home." What she done? She gave her $100 American. Told her, "All right, can you give me change after my food?" The lady, she went to get her change. So the old lady write a sign, "Keep the change for your future baby, and remember Johnny, he done something good with me." The lady went, she gives a birth, she has a child, and her husband, he told her, "Why you never ask me for money?" She said, "Because your money come already." Do you know what's her husband's name? Was the one, his name Johnny. So when you do something good to someone, will come back to you. When you give someone anything, one day, it's not forgetting, God will reward you in different way. Maybe you serve God. Maybe you spend time in the church. Maybe you wake up very early to come to the mass. You come to your exam, you found God help you, and you remember some stuff you forgot, and you pass your exam. One day you get sick, you be very quick, you get healed. All this blessing, not about blessing for money. It's gonna be health. It's gonna be have peaceful family. You have peaceful life and you enjoy your life. So number one, when you give, God bless. Number two, when you give, can save your life too. Remember one lady in the book of Acts, her name Tabitha. If someone can read it for us, book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 36 to 42. Only two verse. Book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 36 to 41.
At Joppa there was a certain disciple named Tabitha, which is translated Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and charitable deeds which she did. But it happened in those days that she became sick and died. When they had washed her, they laid her in an upper room. And since Lydda was near Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent two men to him, imploring him not to delay in coming to them. Then Peter arose and went with them. When he had come, they brought him to the upper room, and all the widows stood by him weeping, showing the tunics and garments which Dorcas had made while she was with them. But Peter put them all out, and knelt down and prayed. And turning to the body, he said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. Then he gave her his hand and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints and widows, he presented her alive.
Okay, so what happened? She gave a lot. She do a lot charitable deeds. So when she died, people intercede for her to St. Peter. She come back to life. I want you to remember the verse. Remember all this one, because in the end, it's gonna be, we continue the competition for the frame. So I tell you a nice story. One guy, his name Agaibi, like San Min al-Agaibi. His family name, his name Agaibi. This man was 100 years old. When anyone come to 100 years old, his body will shut down slowly. His two legs start not working. His arm start not working. Breathing very hard. His only eye moving left and right. In this guy, when he beginning of his life, he was working. He was learning how to give tithes to the church. When he gives the money to church, God bless him. When he give more, God bless more. Until he was looking after 400 family. Help them in education, help them financially, help them in food. The doctor come to visit this man. They have to check his heart. They put, to check the heart. He found he's still alive. Every day, morning and night. Until his heart was very, very weak. He told his son was 75 years old. This is a story in Egypt. And his son, 75 years old. The doctor, he told him, this is a certificate for this for your dad. Anytime he can die, I'm not have to come back. So his son, every 15 minutes, go checking his dad. He put his ear on top of his heart. He found his heart still working. He started to gather all the families. They start to do some, if people coming wearing black, that Egyptian tradition. And he checked his dad 3-4 times. He found his dad stand up on the room. His son was shocked. He said, Dad, what's happened? I'm coming to check. You should pass away a long time ago. But now you stand up. He said, listen, I tell you what happened. His son, he told him, wait, Dad, I get everyone. He get all the family and tell him what happened, Dad. His dad, he said, the angel appeared to me. And he told him, God, he sent me to take your spirit. But there is 400 people pray. They asking God to extend your life so you continue to look after them. And they tell God, if he die, who can look after us? God extend your life, how many years? Another 15 years, like Isaiah, Hezekiah in the Old Testament. And he stand up and he used to walk for 1 hour to the church for another 15 years. So the good deed and the help for other people, they can intercede for your age, intercede for your life, and they intercede if you seek or have any trouble. So number one, the give blessing. Number two, can extend your life and make you a happy life. Number three, be careful if you're not paying your tithes in the church. You understand? Parents in the morning, they give you some money to put in money box. Are we doing this or not? When we get our pocket money per week, we have to keep minimum 10%. Are we do this or not? And not only the time for money, time for prayer, time for God, not all the time our time. We need to give the tithes. There's someone very famous one, his name Sarwat Basili. He's the one created for CTV. Maybe you see your parents watching CTV. This is the man, he's the founder of this, one of the richest people in Christian in Egypt. They tell him, how did you learn to give a lot of money like this? He said, I was 5 years old. And I remember my dad coming out of work and he get his wage in this time, they get the wage in one envelope. And he put the envelope in front of us and they said, please, 20 pounds for rent, 20 pounds for meat, 20 pounds for bills, 20, and he divides the wage, and he said, this month I can't pay my tithes, I can pay it next month. We have lunch together, and I heard my little daughter was scream very sick. My mom, she told my dad, we have to go doctor straight away. I went with them. We took chariot. In that time there is no car. Chariot like a horse carry a small car. Yeah, carriage. Horse and carriage. We went to the doctor. He write her a medicine. We went to buy the medicine and we come back. We found my sister perfect. She's not sick anymore. For my mom, she asked Dad, are we still giving her the medicine? He said, I remember my dad, he was knocking in his desk like this. And he told his wife, do you know what happened? She said, what happened? He said, we're renting this horse was carried for this amount. We went to the doctor, he took this amount. We buy a medicine with this amount. We come back with this amount. Exactly was the tithes I supposed to pay to God this month. And he looked to the heaven, he said, God, I learned the lesson. He paid his tithes, his daughter was perfect. He said, my dad never, after this, he transfers the tithes to another month or anything. And I learned from him. Every time I give, God bless the rest and he look after me. So number one, when you give God, bless. Number two what? God can extend and make your life blessing. Number three, be careful, you not pay your tithes. Last one, so I'm not gonna keep you long. How long to go? Oh, okay. Oh, we can. Oh, all right.
We have 20 minutes.
Okay, good. When you give, your faith will be more stronger. Again, when you give, your faith be more stronger. Because God, he tell me, when you give, I will give you. So the time I give the church, I will not need. Amba Bishoy, the one Metropolitan Amba Bishoy, the one he passed away 2018. He said one day, one lady come to him, she said, my son, he want to make an operation, I need $1,000. He said, all was left in the diocese, this $1,000. So I told one of the nun, please, can you give me this $1,000? She said, Sayyidina, this is the only money we get. He said, don't worry, just give her, she needs this operation for her son. Sayyidina gives this lady $1,000. After 2 hours, someone come and said, Sayyidina, I want to visit you, I want to give you something. What? He give him $100,000 cash. And he called this lady, the secretary or the nun, come here. Remember the $1,000 we give it just for the lady now to make operation for her son? Look what God reward us, $100,000. So every time you give, God give more and more and more. And when you give, we're not gonna give the leftover. Remember the lady on the Bible, how many coins she put in the money box? 3. How many? How many coin?
300.
She put 2. That's right, 2 coin. 2 coins she put in the money box. Everyone rich, he got big money to put, and God, he saw this lady, she gives the 2, and God, he said, she gave more than everyone. More than everyone. One of the priests in Egypt, he said, we found a land next to our church, and we decided to buy this land, so we make a building for Sunday school. We start asking for people pay money, people donate money, people give money, people donate money, until we get halfway of the price and we struggle. So I have a youth meeting to give a sermon. So in the youth meeting, and I start telling them, please guys, make sure we need you to start to collect some donation. If you visit someone, ask him to donate and all this stuff. And Abuna, after he finished, he said, one lady come to him, he said, Abuna, I have a small ring. This ring, not even 1 gram, was 0.7 of gram. And Abuna, please take it. He said, I know her, she very poor lady. And I know her, when I looked to her shoes, I found her shoes just, it's a cut. All the shoes and the cut. I told her, please keep it for you. She said, Abuna, why you doesn't want me to take this blessing? Because I am poor. I said, all right, I will take it from you because I doesn't want to embarrass her. And the time I got her ring and I kept it with me, I looked to the heaven and I know God will help us all the way to buy the land. And after this, God, he helped, they buy the land and done this one. Abuna, he said, after this one, she married a very good husband. She went to overseas and she living very good life. She has only one ring, not even 1 gram, but she gave what she has and God rewarded her. So what we learned today, I don't want to keep you longer because very good you stay quiet. That's the best I see today. What we need to learn today, always we need to learn to give. Not have to be money. Sometimes we give time to help people. Sometimes someone didn't come, we need to call him. Someone is very upset, someone is very sad, we need to talk to him. All this type of giving. One of the priests, he was in America. He go America to give a mass and he found one of the deacons, his hair very long. This priest come from Egypt and he found the deacons, his hair very long. He said, oh my God, about American people, how's he in the mass like this, the deacon like this, their hair long like this. I found him tight his hair and do like this. I said, oh my God. He said, I'm here visitors coming to do the mass and I go back home. Like Abuna coming for 2 weeks and go. Next day, other priest tell Abuna, do you think in Egypt only people sant? We have Santi here too. Do you remember the guy was in the mass yesterday with long hair? He said, yes, Abuna. He said, this guy, he grow his hair. Every 2 years, he not cut his hair, and after he took his hair to give it to the people, to make like fake wig for the people have a cancer. So that's his service. So to grow his hair and they donate his hair every 2 years for the people have a cancer. When they lose their hair, they have a special wig. Some people, they give their own way. And we need from our age or we need from now to learn how we give. Every time you give, God will give you. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen. Okay, we ask some question. Kareem, you wake up or sleep? Sleep good. All right, first question. How many story I said? If you say, put your hand, I need the correct number and tell me which story I said. All right, tell me how many story?
3.
Wrong. Tell me.
5.
5. Which one's a 5? Can someone say Silisa one for some?
Tabitha.
Which one?
Tabitha.
Tabitha, but I said as a story. Tabitha was a story from Bible. Good.
So just normal story?
One normal story I said.
The 100-year-old man.
The old man, yes. What's his name? Agaibi. Don't talk or you lose your 1 mark off. Out.
The lady with the Mercedes car.
Lady with Mercedes car, that's first one, very good. Agaibi was second one, good. What else?
The child with the long hair.
Long hair, okay. Last one, 4. Continue and tell me the rest of the story.
The lady that put in
Oh yeah,
2 coins.
Which
The lady that put in 2 coins.
That's one.
Okay. What else?
The ring.
The ring one, 5.
No.
What else? No, one more.
5,000? No.
No, the guy about
The TV channel.
The TV.
out. What happened with the TV channel? Tell me. All right.
They have to say the story.
Yeah, tell me the story. What happened to him? 1 minute. Wait. We'll take you his hair out, Sadoi.
So that really rich dude in Egypt.
And why he? Yeah. What's his story?
And then one of the people they asked, how did you get like this rich or something like that? And then he told them a story about like his dad.
Is that what his dad done?
He gave because his daughter was really sick, so they went to get they went to the horse and the chariot. And
But why his daughter was sick? He done something before.
He didn't pay the thing.
He said he said I pay it next month. Next month. Remember?
Delaying the time.
Yeah, next month. Okay?
But then he paid the tax.
Yeah, tax,
Tax.
not tax, donation. Tithes. Australian people worry about tax.
GST.
She born with taxes, Sarah. All right. Another question. The story of Tabitha. Which chapter in the Bible? 1 minute. Tell me, Anthony.
15.
Do you want chocolate?
Acts.
Book of Acts, which chapter?
9.
9. Very good. Yes, very good.
Verse 30.
Verse 36 to 41.
No, 39.
38 to 40.
39 to 41.
Isn't it 38
Sa-
to 40?
36? Yes, 36 to 49. Okay. Another one.
Jacob, you need to answer
Who get the
question.
point?
Okay, the story.
Who's getting the point?
Samuel. All right. No, she done very good. Okay. Anthony, this is the last chance for you. Which book and which chapter the story about the 5 bread and 2 loaves? Shh. I mentioned 100 times. No one answer. No one help him. Oh, haram. All right, tell me. John, yes?
John
chapter. Wait.
John chapter 6.
Yes, verse.
Verse 1.
No,
Verse
Calm down.
verse 7. No. Verse 6.
Tell me.
5.
Verse 5? Which verse here, Samuel? No, it wasn't only one, was more. Was verse, I think you go to up to 11. No, not 20. We start from 5th to 14. All of the story, yeah. All right.
That's why Anthony said chapter 14.
Yeah, the verse 14.
The verse
All right.
14.
Another question. I need someone, the best one, tell me what he learned now today about giving. To tell me how you practice this one in your life. You tell me, but don't tell me tax. Giving a coin to the church, not to the government. Tell me. You want to talk? Tell me. Tell me how you practice.
Giving a donation to God.
Very good. So how you give donation to God? Mom, she give you pocket money or not when you go to school? You give her pocket money?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. When mom give you $1, you keep 10 cents for poor. We put in come Sunday and we put in the money box behind you. If she give you $5, you keep how much? 50 cents. $10, you keep $1. That's what we say, okay? Very good. Who else learned today how we can give? Tell me, Anthony. What you can practice to give. But what you say here in the church you have to do. Not to say and you go home you forgot about it, okay? God witness.
Not about looking good.
Yes.
About what?
If you give someone like happiness and joy, and you make them laugh when they're upset, someone will do the same to you. And if say you lost something and you gave a lot of money to someone else or to the poor, you would get some money back.
Lost something. What do you mean lost something? How can you lose something and then give money to the poor?
Before you lost something and you give money to the church, and then you're trying to look for something, you can't
So
find
when you
it,
do
but
a
then
good
you be
deed-
rewarded.
Are you saying love or lost?
When you do
Lost.
when you do a good deed, you get rewarded.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. And give Paul to try. You want to say something?
I've lost.
Pavlos, Paul the same. Tell me. Put close to your mouth. We need to hear.
Say what? Okay, say it.
Okay. If you want to say, if not, give to your sister. You want to say something? All right. So very important. Like what we have to every lesson we learn in the Sunday school or in the church, we need to practice in our life. We're not coming to hear the priest say a story or the deacon or a story from Sunday school and we go home and forgot. No. This message from you from God, in our tongue or on when we talk. So today we need to learn. We're coming this month. We can have next week, next Monday. We have the fasting of
Jonah.
how many days?
3.
And after 10 days or 2 weeks exactly?
Lent.
Lent. So all Lent
For
very
45 days.
How many?
45.
Take one marker from him. 55.
Wait, what?
Oh, you make it 55 days. Okay? It's very important, the Lent, when the Lent to talk about 3 things, very important. Number 1, fasting, prayer, and the charitable deed. Okay, that's why we start with this. Glory be to God forever and ever. Anyone want to say something? Okay, we pray, and after we pray, we have Samuel, we have Mimi, we have Karim, decide who can take the present. Okay? We pray. Stand up. We stand up for prayer. Samuel. أنا اتكلمت لما تعبت يا صامول أنت بقى your turn. أو ادي طنط ادي ميمي وبابا كده صار يس.